What's up? Rob here with update 5 on that big old storm out there called Milton. It's heading for Florida. It's getting closer, closer, and closer. And there it is in all its scary color glory. Yeah, it's churning. It's getting close to Florida. It'll be hitting sometime tonight. I don't know, 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. this evening, be coming across the state and all night. So, the good news for me, if you can consider it good news, is it's moved further south. That's bad news for people that are further south. So, it's hard to say, oh, it's good news for me because it sucks for them. But yeah, it looks like it has moved a little bit further south than anticipated originally, but it's still out there a ways, and it still can change course. It's a big storm. It's expected. I expect it to weaken some as it gets in the shallower waters of the Gulf there as it approaches the state, and but at the same time, I also expect it to become larger. So that means more rain for more of the state. All those rain bands that you see in there, they're going to expand out, is what I'm thinking, and pretty much cover the entire state of Florida. So there you go with that wonderful news. Let's see. The 11 o'clock update just came out at 11 o'clock. Let's see if I can find it. Where is it? Where is it? Everything, like, I love how everything just goes and disappears when I'm looking for it. Getting messages here. Let's see. While I'm looking for that, I can show you kind of what's going on here in my lovely town of St. Augustine. There's a few live cams around town that'll be interesting to look at during the storm, as long as they stay up, that is. This is over on Anastasia Island, looking west towards the Bridge Alliance, and it's wet right now, but it's not flooded. But this is one of the places that really floods big time. If we get any kind of storm surge on top of 5+ inches of rain, all this is going to be underwater soon. Sucks for all the businesses over there, but businesses, hotels, whatnot. But this is one of the areas that's been ordered to evacuate. Like I said, this is across the Bridge Alliance. If you were to go straight down this road and over the Bridge Alliance all the way to Flagler College, take a little left, hit King Street, go west. That's where I live. So yeah, it's let's see what else we got on here. That's the Anastasia area, Bridge Alliance area. Yeah, see, right now it's just overcast. Wind here, well, what does it say? Gusts up to 20 right now, 73 degrees, raining. The rain has been on and off all morning. Nothing bad here, just normal kind of crappy weather so far. But it's only going to get worse and worse as the day and the evening goes on. Downtown St. George Street. It's a wet mess, and hey, there's not many people down there. These two adventurous souls are out for a stroll in the rain down St. George Street. Normally on a sunny day, there'd be hundreds and hundreds of people on the street. Not today, because, hey, there's a hurricane coming. Here's another area downtown, the fort. And, you can see what's happening. What's up, Lucifer? How's it going? Yeah, man, still a Cat 5 and still churning away. It's dropped a little bit, pressure's come up a little bit, but it's still out there kicking ass, ready to take names. And yeah, where am I? I'm in St. Augustine. I'm at my house in St. Augustine, Florida. This is downtown St. Augustine at the Castillo de San Marcos, the fort. Yeah, Jacksonville. Luckily, yeah. I mean, for us, luckily, sucks to say luckily because it's unlucky for other people. Luckily for us, it's moved a little bit further south. And, you know, that's good for us. It sucks to be for the people down further south and still over in the Gulf Coast. Right now, it appears to be not heading for Tampa like it was making a beeline for. Now it's moved further south there, and it looks like it's on a beeline to Venice, which, whew, man, I was over in Venice. Me and my wife went over there not too long ago to do a little shark tooth expedition, and lovely place. You know, we were over there thinking, wow, it might be kind of cool to move here. Right now, I'm glad I don't live in Venice. But yeah, what's up, Royal? How's it going, man? Yeah, it's not a good place to be over there. And anywhere on the West Coast, they're still calling for 10 to 15 foot storm surge over there, which is just going to be catastrophic. Catastrophic. What's up, Terry? How's it going, man? We've got to get together one of these days. You, me, and Eddie White play some music. We got him as a full-time guitarist now in the band. Been working out great. But yeah, this is downtown St. Augustine at the fort. And, you know, rainy, not a whole lot of wind. You can see the palm trees there. They're not moving a whole heck of a lot. But this area, once we get that storm surge, this is the Bridge of Lions, just a little bit further, a couple blocks further south of where the fort is. And, you know, it's wet, rainy, wind's blowing. You see the flag out there. It's not bad here at all. But it's just going to get worse as the day goes. And, yeah. Let's see here. That's not where I wanted to go. Back to the live cams. There we go. This is the boat ramp. This is over north towards heading over the bridge, just about to head over the bridge to Volano Beach area. And yeah, not a whole lot happening there. Although, if you look at it, the tide is all the way to the top of the boat ramp. Not sure what time high tide is today, but usually when we have storms here, for some reason they coincide with a high tide. That last Helena that came, you know, skirting by the west coast and wreaked havoc all the way up into the Carolinas. When it came by here, we were having king tides, which makes for a wonderful flooding situation. I don't know. They always just seem to coincide with high tides right when the storm's coming through. So, latest advisory. That's what I was looking for. I can jump back. Got too many windows open. That's what my problem is. I keep losing my place here. Stop screen. Present. Share screen. There is the current look at Milton right now. See the Florida coast right here. And he's a brewing. I should say. Man, my screens keep jumping to full size, which ain't cool. Wednesday Wednesday, 11 a.m. Update on Milton. Winds 145. Still a major hurricane. Pressures at 931. It's come up a little bit from what it was, but major hurricane still, and expected landfall overnight. Tornadic supercells form to watch to hit the lower peninsula are moving over there now. Storm is expanding. Hurricane winds extend out 35 miles from the center. Tropical storm winds extend out 175 miles from the center. And yeah, man, it's still churning. It's still brewing. And it's about to hit the west coast of Florida sometime late tonight. You're over that way. Where are you at, Terry? Debbie Anderson, what's up? Yeah, man. Still working on splintering this thing. Much appreciated. Yeah, the eyewall did go through a reconfigure yesterday late afternoon, evening. You know, it had a well-defined eye, and the thing it was 180 miles an hour. And they said it was going to decrease, and it did. It went down to like, I don't know, 150 or something. And, you know, it got so intense. There was wind gusts over 200. And the thing, you know, category only goes to 5. Do they need to add a 6? Because this is like the second largest, most powerful storm. Not largest, but the most powerful storm recorded in the Gulf of Mexico so far. And, you know, it got to the point where it was about to spin itself out. And if there is such a thing, apparently there is, you know, it can only like get so big, so powerful. And then it like, you know, like a top spins only so fast. And then it starts getting unstable. And apparently that's what Milton did. It started getting a little unstable. It went through an eye reconfiguration process. It was like, whoa. We got the speed wobbles. It's like going down a big hill on a skateboard. You go so fast and then you get the speed wobbles. And apparently Milton got the speed wobbles and decided to recheck itself, reform an eye. And anytime a hurricane does that, it's going to intensify again more. I'm no meteorologist, but just seeing what they do over the years, that's what they do 9 times out of 10. So it reconfigured and jumped back up, was down to a 4. Currently right now it's still at a 5. And I don't know, man. Let's see. Satellite view. I know I got that up there. Where is it at? Damn screens keep jumping to full size. Don't like it. Satellite imagery. Hurricane Milton. Boom. Oh, yeah. And not to mention, you know, we're all worried about Hurricane Milton because that's the one that's about to hit Florida. But there's also Hurricane Leslie, which is out here. And Leslie's out in the Atlantic, and it's expected to come into the Gulf and then make a turn and roll right over Florida again. So we got this thing to worry about, you know, in about a week. As if we don't have enough on our plate right now with Milton. So yeah, there's Leslie out there too, who, you know, looks like she may come steaming in right behind Milton. And, you know, depending on what happens with Milton, I mean, they show it, the track, they show it going across Florida and just moving straight out into the Atlantic, like up around Bermuda. But I don't know. That's weird. We usually get storms coming off of Africa, you know, and they move west, you know. Sometimes they turn and they go north, but majority of them come off Africa and come west. And these are in the Gulf, and they show them going east, which I've never really, not that I remember, seen hurricanes that cross the state of Florida from the west side heading east and just continue to go east. They always get pushed back. So I don't know. It's kind of weird how this one's doing that. And what happens if it goes out in the Atlantic and, you know, runs into Leslie and they're like, hey, want to have a date? Let's get together. And they merge to become one. Or there's another one out there that hasn't been named yet. The perfect storm could arise. And then it could turn around and come back at us again. That would suck something fierce, wouldn't it? It seems I have lost my latest update. It would seem I have lost everything there for a minute. I expect that to only get worse as the night goes along. Power blips and this and that and weird internet connections and what have you. So I can get my camera back to being normal again so my head's not ginormous. There we go. Yeah, I expect all that is just going to get worse as the evening goes through. I'm going to try to do the Weird Wednesday show tonight. Starts at midnight. Who knows? Might have power, might not. Whereabouts in Florida am I? I am on the east coast of Florida, St. Augustine, which is kind of a good thing right now for me anyways. So I'm not, originally they were showing this thing like blowing over Florida and coming pretty much right over me at first. It's been constantly moving south. I'm just south of Jacksonville. And so, yeah, I mean, it's been constantly kind of drifting towards the southern end of the state, which sucks for them, but it's better for us up here in the north end of Florida. Yeah, hate to say that, but it's the truth. Oh, man. Where am I exactly now? My parents live in Tampa Bay. Whew, man. But they went to Jacksonville. Probably a good move. Although Tampa Bay isn't going to get hammered as bad as originally planned. But yeah, if you've been through Katrina and you're in New Orleans, you know the seriousness of a Cat 5 hurricane, or a Cat 4, or even a 3, like coming in for a direct hit. It ain't nothing to joke about. But yeah, your parents, if they left Tampa and they're in Jacksonville, they're going to get some nasty weather, but nothing like they would in Tampa. So hopefully everything is still going to be in place there in Tampa when they get back. JL says, just heard about some electric chainsaws sent by the governor to the area. They have no power. And yeah. I didn't think much about electric chainsaws and stuff like that. I'm like, these things have to suck. Actually, I don't have a chainsaw, but I got an electric pole saw, chainsaw on the end of a pole. And I'm like, I bought it thinking I'm going to use this thing for what I need to use it for, and then I'm going to take it back because it's going to suck. I still have it. It's actually really good. Uses a lot of chain oil, but it works really good. I was like totally blown away with how good it works. So yeah, in situations like this, electric chainsaws that run on batteries and stuff, those would be great. You don't have a cord to drag around. You ain't got to worry about gas and oil and all that. So, well, you still got to use oil on them, but you know what I mean? No gas. Because here, I mean, the storm hadn't even hit, and there's a lot of gas stations here. And like I said, we're not going to get it that bad compared to the rest of Florida. We're going to get wind. We're going to get a bunch of rain, which concerns me. But we're already out of gas here. Like, you go out to the gas station. I luckily was able to fill 2 of my gas cans last night with non-ethanol gas from my generator, and I got my car topped off just with regular gas. But yeah, there's a lot of places here that are out of gas already, and Governor DeSantis said, "Oh, there's more fuel on the way." I don't know where it's on the way to, but it hadn't got here yet. There's a lot of people coming through, a lot of people leaving South Florida and Tampa and all that, coming over here, heading to Jacksonville. I'm sure Jacksonville's full up in all the hotels and everything. Traffic here has been horrendous. It's been crazy on 95 and I-4 and all that. And yeah, it's not good. Yeah, Sandy, it is going to be horrific for what's about to happen. It sucks. And, is all you can do is prepare your best. And yeah, if you're in a direct line, anywhere over there where the storm's heading, the best thing is, get the hell out of Dodge. I've never really evacuated for any hurricane here. I'm 60 years old. I've lived here my entire life. I've never really ran from a hurricane, but then again, my area's never, the last direct hit we had from a major hurricane was like 1964. So that was Hurricane Dora. I mean, we've had some other ones, that have come in here and there, but nothing a direct hit in my area that has been of major significance since then. Yeah, parts of New Orleans still aren't rebuilt. Yeah, I mean, there's places when Helena came through over in the Gulf Coast, around Cedar Key and Steinhatchee and all that. I was saying in last night's update how they, I saw a restaurant that had big restaurant bar that had gotten wiped out from the storm last year. They just finally finished rebuilding or about to have their grand opening, or they had just opened. I can't remember which it is. Helena came through and just tore ass through their whole remodel. It's like, how many times can you do it? Are they going to rebuild it again? Maybe. Floridians are strong. They're strong and crazy. But yeah, I had friends that lived here, just kind of down the road from where I live. And when we had Irma and Matthew, their house flooded. Irma came through, their house flooded. They had 3-4 feet of water in the house. Sucks. They go redo the whole house, everything. Matthew comes in, they flooded again after they, like, within weeks of them getting the house completely redone. We get another hurricane, they flooded again. And my friend was like, dude, I'm done. I'm not doing it again. I'm not going for 3. They sold their house and they went and built one somewhere else. They got some of the highest ground in St. Augustine. He's like, I'm done with this flooding crap. Can't blame him. It's like, how many times can you go through it? I don't know, man. It's, I'm concerned. I don't think I'm going to get anything like that, but my yard right now it's already underwater in the front, down the side of the house, in between houses. It's like shin deep. So, I'm a little concerned. I have, lucky me, I have the lowest house. I have the lowest lot on the whole street here. So if anybody's house is going to flood first, hey, it's going to be me. And that blows big time. But yeah, it's, I've got friends that, like, even now, they're like, you're boarding up your house. There's nothing to worry. We ain't going to get anything. It's a big storm. And I'm getting old. I'm 60. I'm, when I was in my 20s and 30s, running out there and cutting wood and throwing up sheets of plywood, whatever, none of that would have fazed me now. Like, getting older and tireder, easier, and it's a lot of work. But, replacing windows and everything else would be a whole lot more work. So I'd rather be a little over prepared than under prepared. So yeah, when they start telling you there's a storm coming, yeah, you need to be filling up your car with gas, or in my case, cars with gas, and boat and extra gas cans. And, I rebuilt my generator, had to clean the carb and get it running because I hadn't run it in forever. And yeah, it's easy to wait till the last minute. A lot of people wait till the last minute to evacuate, and then they get out there and they get on the interstate, and it's just a dismal situation because you can't go nowhere. You're just stuck. And a lot of people end up turning around and coming back. And that's a lot of hours wasted when, you could either left earlier, or you could spend that time prepping where you're going to ride this mother honker out at. Sandy says, my parents would have stayed in Tampa if they already were not in Jacksonville visiting my sister. They never evacuated, even knowing what happened to me. Yeah, man, I don't know. Like I say, I've never evacuated. When Irma came through, boarded up all the windows, every window in my house. Right now, I've only got my bedroom window boarded up just because my bed sits right against the window. And just in case something flies through the window, I don't want it like hitting me in my bed. So I boarded up that window. Then again, if it's 100-mile-an-hour wind, is a sheet of plywood going to stop a tree limb from coming through? May slow it down enough to not poke me in the head, but who knows? It's just a precaution. That's all you can do is take precautions and do things the best you can. But yeah, if I was in Tampa or Venice area, I'd probably be gone. I'd have my buggy loaded up and be gone. I don't know where the hell I'd go, but yeah, I'd be gone somewhere. Scary situation. Let me see if I can find this other thing that I was going to pull up here. It just seems to have disappeared. So let me try to pull the window up again. This says, this was the 11 o'clock update, hour and a half ago, roughly, as per National Hurricane Center's 11 a.m. Wednesday update, Category 5. Hurricane Milton has weakened into a Category 4 hurricane. Okay. Milton is 160 miles southwest of FT, 190 miles southwest of Tampa, Florida, with a maximum sustained wind of 145 miles an hour. It's moving 17 miles per hour to the northeast. So it's taken that little bit of south out of it, and now it's heading to the northeast a little bit more. A turn toward the northeast and east is expected on Thursday and Friday. On the forecast track, the center of Milton will move across the eastern Gulf of Mexico today, making the landfall along the west central coast of Florida tonight. Move off the east coast of Florida over the western Atlantic Ocean on Thursday. Milton is expected to remain an extremely dangerous major hurricane when it reaches the west central coast of Florida tonight and remain at hurricane strength while it moves across the Florida Peninsula through Thursday, forecasters noted. Gradual weakening is forecast while Milton moves eastward over the Atlantic Ocean and is likely to become an extratropical storm by early Friday. Like I say, Leslie's out there, so, who knows what happens once Milton gets across Florida and out into the Atlantic. So, I don't know. They're forecasting it to head east. I don't know. Don't know what the situation will be once it crosses the state and enters the Atlantic. But here's the story right now. It's mean looking. Robin says, my mother's in Tampa. She's staying. She says her house is 50 feet above sea level. Whew. Your mama brave. Yeah. I don't know. 50 feet above sea level is good. But like me being up here on the East Coast, I'm more concerned with the rain and the water. And whereas over there in Tampa, I'd be a little more concerned about the storm surge and the wind. Hopefully she's in a good, sturdy house. You're in Titusville and you're staying. Yeah, like I say, I've never evacuated from a hurricane. I've never ran from one. But then again, I haven't been in a category 4 or 5 hurricane. Irma was the worst one. I boarded up this is the first time I've ever even boarded up my entire house was for Irma. And we stayed, me and my wife and the dogs, and we stayed up. I mean, there again, it came through in the middle of the night, when things are the most creepy. And it was pretty intense. I mean, it wasn't terrible. I can't even remember what category it was. It wasn't very high. But like my, where the doors are in the attic. And I'm in a fairly new house. We built this house like 10 years ago. But your doors that are in the attic, I have one kind of in my hall just off the living room, and there's one in my garage. Both of those got like sucked up in the attic. Heard this, weird noise. That's the thing was we were just hanging out in the living room. Of course, the power's out, and we got lamps and candles. And we were just like kind of freaking because all the windows were boarded up and we could hear stuff hitting the house. But our house was making really weird noises. Like it was groaning and moaning and making weird noises, which that's what kind of freaked me out the most. I'm like, holy crap, is that the roof coming off? What's happening? So that was what was weird. And then we hear this weird thumping noise. And later on, we discovered that, wow, did somebody move the doors to the attic? Because they're not there anymore. They got sucked up in the attic. Exactly, Robin. Why do they always hit at night? What's up, Zariana? Yeah, I'm okay. We're fine for now. Like I was saying earlier, storms moved a little further south, which is good for us. Sucks for everybody else, especially on the West Coast. That's further south. Venice Beach, where me and my wife went not terribly too long ago on a little short shark tooth hunting expedition. Shark tooth and Venice goes hand in hand. It's supposedly the capital of shark tooth hunting, the world's capital of shark tooth hunting. After the storm goes through, could be some really good finds over there, if you can even get there, if the beach is even there anymore. May uncover a lot of shark's teeth over there. So, it's one way to look at it, maybe. Hey, great shark's tooth hunting. Our house isn't here anymore, but hey, we found some nice shark's teeth. Yeah, better for us, worse for others. So I kind of feel guilty about saying, yay, good for us, because you're just putting on that shitstorm onto somebody else. But yeah, Robin, why do they always hit at night? Exactly. I don't know. Maybe it's good. Because I don't know about everybody else, but I'm always like looking outside or like filming it or something, and in the daytime, you can see it. It may scare you more. At nighttime, you basically can't see much. You can just hear it. So I don't know. Maybe God's trying to spare us the fear. Who knows? Basement? No. We don't got no kinds of basements here. There's not many houses with basements here in Florida because you dig too far and you're in the water. Although the lighthouse keeper's house does have a basement in it over on Anastasia Island. Don't know how they built that thing so good long time ago, but it's got a basement, full-blown basement in it. But yeah, most houses, I would say 9.5 out of 10 here in Florida don't have basements. Hey, just got a text from Aventon wanting to sell me an e-bike. They got them on sale today. Great. Yeah, you never know what will show up after a storm. All kinds of weird things. I know one thing here in St. Augustine, they just spent, I don't know, close to $30 million on beach renourishment, pumping up all the sand. Our St. Johns County fishing pier was completely dry docked. There wasn't an ounce of water under it. As of Helena coming through, there's water under the end of the pier again. After this weekend, I bet about 28 to 29 million of those $30 million worth of sand speckles are gone and relocated somewhere else. They do it every time. We have a nice, big, huge, wide beach for like 4, 6, 8 weeks. They spend a ton of money, and overnight, it's all gone. And they just continue to do it over and over. You're not going to win against Mother Nature, or whatever you want to call this. I could go down a whole nother rabbit hole with that. Got a few of those for tonight's show, if I make it tonight for Weird Wednesday. Weather seeding and weather manipulation and all that stuff's not real, is it? No, couldn't be. I don't know. Tampa, they want to make a 15-minute city. Huge storm heading right for Tampa. North Carolina, world's largest lithium deposits. Who would have thought a hurricane would have tore up North Carolina so bad? Does somebody want those lithium deposits? The people of North Carolina didn't say that. Can I say Mother Nature and still be on YouTube these days? I don't know. It's a touchy subject. You can't say COVID. Oh, don't say that either. Freedom of speech. Just watch what you say. Yeah, watch the NOAA weather hurricane hunters fly into the eye. Yeah, man, those guys are hardcore. I don't know. There's been some really weird flight patterns though through these storms, and I know, I've watched them over the years, and I kind of know what to expect. And I don't know jack when it comes to being in a plane, a hurricane hunter in the sky, but they've had some really weird flight patterns through this storm. Granted, like I was saying, it's the second biggest, largest, most powerful storm recorded in the Gulf in the last, 100 and something years. But who knows? I'm just saying, there's been some really weird flight patterns in it. Maybe they're sprinkling something in it. Maybe using some lasers. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a conspiracy theorist. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna try. Or I should say, I'm gonna try. Jamie's in the clear. She's out in California. But here, if I got electricity and internet, I'm gonna try to do the show tonight. Same time, same bat channel. Starts at midnight. Shit could be hitting the fan at midnight by the time tonight, as it goes through across the state into the early hours of the AM. But who knows? Yeah. Elon. He's been making the rounds lately with some bold statements. I know. I usually have internet issues anyways. Watch, it'll probably work perfect tonight. Either that or just won't work at all. I may have to run my Ethernet cord directly to my modem, because right now I'm just using Wi-Fi to my modem. Yeah, I'll probably get a few hours of sleep, but I don't sleep a whole lot. I'm a night owl, especially tonight. So who knows? But yeah, our weather here for those that joined, I can show you some downtown footage of the weather live right now here in St. Augustine. It's really not bad. Not bad at all. Well, you know, I mean, it's not nice and sunny, but there you go. There is downtown. Well, this is not downtown. This is the boat ramp. Not too terribly far. Got a sheriff hanging out there, probably telling people to get the hell out of Dodge. Make sure nobody wants to go put their boat in the water and go fishing. I have seen such a thing. Me and a friend of mine actually went fishing, not in a boat. We just went off a dock during Hurricane Matthew, maybe something like that. Got pictures of us out there fishing. Crazy Floridians, right? Generators. I got me one. I've had it for, I don't know how many years I've had it. Used it a good handful of times, and it had been sitting out here on my back porch for a long time, and it was cranky. It didn't want to start. It wasn't cranky, I should say. It was just stubborn and didn't want to start. And I had to yank the carburetor off of it, clean all the jets, throw it back together. Then it was leaking gas like a sieve. So I had to pull the carburetor off again, fix the float and pin seating, and seems to be working good now. I still need to change the oil in it. I got to go out there and do that here in a little bit, because it was a leaky mess earlier. But yeah, there's a boat ramp area in St. Augustine. Let's get over here. Again, here's the fort downtown. Rainy, but you can see the palm trees. They're not really moving, you know. This one over here is blowing around a little bit, but that fort, it's been there for hundreds of years. It's looking kind of dirty, moldy right now, but it's withstood every storm we've had for the last couple hundred years, and hopefully it still stands. Downtown St. George Street. This is in the old part of town. It's kind of a ghost town. Everything's closed down there today. There were 2 people walking down the street earlier when I showed it, but ain't nobody down there right now. The lighthouse. Very overcast, rainy, gloomy. Again, that lighthouse has stood the stand of time. Here's a cross Salt Run looking at the lighthouse. See some boats moored out there. You know, the wind, nothing is bad as of yet. It's just rainy, a little gusty, 20 miles an hour still. East-northeast at 20, 73 degrees. So, yeah, 20 mile an hour gusts right now, which is nothing. That's like an everyday occurrence. So, right now, it's no big deal. It's just going to get worse, though, through the afternoon and evening into late night, where it's going to get downright kind of nasty. This area right here is over on Anastasia Island. That's looking east down the road, and this one, where'd it go? This is looking west down the road towards the bridge line that goes over the bay that has the big fort down there by it. And this area always floods. Like, it's nothing for this. Any kind of storm we get, this whole area is usually a couple of feet, 2-3 feet underwater. So I'm assuming that's going to happen again. Same with downtown on the bayfront. It's going to flood. This is at the foot of the Bridge of Lions. And all this will be underwater again. It's just a normal thing. And people, it's funny, people are like, it's getting worse. Downtown, oh, it's out of control. I've been here 60 years, and it was flooding down here 60 years ago. And it's going to flood again. It's normal that it always floods in this area. I don't really think it's gotten worse. Oh, with the rising water level, the flooding is just getting worse and worse. I don't know. Floods in the same places consistently here around St. Augustine. Is it worse than it was 20 years ago, 40 years ago? I don't know. I've seen pictures from back then where it was a hell of a lot more flooded than I've seen recently. So I don't know. Is it getting worse? I beg to differ. This is the Volano Beach Causeway over to North A1A. And this is a camera off restaurant over there. Yeah, it looks nice. Like you could be out there fishing right now on the pier. Other than getting rain, the wind's not bad, all that. So, I don't know. Yeah. Disney was open. I heard Disney was going to close today. Yeah, maybe the power wash for the fort would be a good thing because it's looking pretty dank and danky, dingy looking, kind of a little moldy looking. Got some black funk growing on it. Maybe a good power washing would do it good. I don't think they've power washed it in quite some time because that coquina is getting old. They've patched it some. It's got some pretty big cracks in it. It's going to suck when, I mean, that I don't ever want to see that thing go or fall or crumble or whatever, but I mean, it's like, it's old now. So like, how long is it really going to last? I don't know. It's been through a heck of a bunch of storms though. And, nothing's knocked it down yet. Looking at the Bridge of Lions from a different angle downtown. Yeah, I mean, the water's pretty calm. Looks fine, right? Give it about another 6 or 8 hours. Hopefully these cams will still be up. Hopefully I'll still have electricity and we can check in later tonight. I'm sure I'll be, if I'm doing Weird Wednesday tonight, I'm sure I'll be showing some of this footage because it'll be a lot different. Well, a lot of this footage is going to suck because it's going to be pitch dark, but there is that. But yeah, the old fort downtown, looking a mite bit dingy. It could use a good power washing for sure. I'm the weather person that tells everybody what's really happened. Yeah, no sense in making it over dramatic like a lot of news channels do. It's like I've seen some news people out here and they will find the deepest like hole to stand in, where it's like up to their waist, and it's like they're out there being all dramatic and you see somebody walking in back of them and it's like ankle deep. It's like, really? That's sensationalism. Hey, I can save on auto insurance. I just got that text with all new low rates starting at just $30 a month. Yeah. What kind of insurance is that? Carrie Lake, man, she has been texting me nonstop. I had to reply last night with a very vulgar reply. She hasn't texted me back since then. Her campaign or whatever, they stopped texting me after my reply last night because I just had it. I was out in the yard. I'm wet and muddy and dirty, and my phone's just constantly going off. And I think it's like an emergency or something. And I look, it's freaking Carrie Lake texting me. And I'm like, dude, I've had it. Snapped. Blew her up on a text back. Haven't heard from her since. Sometimes you just got to say, F it. Well, anyways, that's the latest on the 11 o'clock update, which is now 12:50 my time. So, I don't know. Once again, live radar satellite image here of Mr. Milton. There you go. There you have it. Still expecting, although Tampa Bay isn't going to get the initial storm surge that they were predicting, which was 10 to 15 feet. That's a hell of a lot of storm surge. Now it's been back down to like, I don't know, 10 to 12 feet or something like that, which is not a whole lot better. But wow, now I'm just getting barraged by new auto quotes for insurance. Here's another one. All day long. That's all I get is crap texts on my phone. I think it's important you look. We want to give you some insurance. Yeah, right. Oh, here's a good live camera. Here's let me get to it. Here you go. Good live cam. What's really happening? This is what's really happening at the alligator farm. The live alligator cam from the St. Augustine alligator farm. You can look in the water there, and it's full of alligators, man. There's a bunch of them in there. That's one thing we have plenty of here in Florida is alligators. Remember on Weird Wednesday when I did the news coverage of the drunk guy that broke into the alligator farm at like 2 o'clock in the morning? They got him on camera. He went in the alligator pit with clothes on and came out in just his underwear. These are well-fed gators, but you know, hey, you go stepping on them at 2 in the morning with your drunk ass, and you're liable to get eaten. Luckily, that guy didn't get eaten. He has a good story to tell, although he was so drunk and high on who knows what, he probably doesn't remember it. But yeah, he climbed over the wall and went traipsing through the alligator pit and survived to tell about it. He was a bit skint up, but yeah, this is what the alligators are doing right now, live as we speak here in St. Augustine, Florida. Do they look worried that there's a hurricane coming? This dude over here is like, I don't give a damn. Just give me some more chicken. His buddy's over here. Yeah, just don't get near me. You tried to bite my foot off last time. So there's the real footage from St. Augustine. Exactly. Waiting for snacks. Yeah, I'll be back, Ariana. I'll be back later on this afternoon or this evening if anything changes. About to go out, go for a ride. I'm going to fill up a couple of ice coolers with ice just in case my power goes out, because I got some meats and stuff in the freezer and threw some bottles of water in there. Not many, but I'm going to go out and get some water, run by the drugstore, get some Aleve for my aching back. And I don't know. Buy like $40 worth of stuff, and it'll cost like $3 or $4, $6. Yeah, exactly. Gator NATO. It could be. There has been occasions where we've had a bad storm and the fence got knocked down, and some of the gators went on a shopping spree through the city streets and yards of St. Augustine. It has happened before. And trust me, there's a buttload of gators in that place. Big ones, small ones, crocodiles, gomek, which is huge. I don't know, he's like 15, 16 feet, something like that. Used to have gomek there. Did I just say gomek? The heck's his name? The one that was there that died was ginormous. They have him in his own little room. He's stuffed and in there. But yeah, they got another one in there that is pretty darn big as well. Rumor has where they caught him in like New Guinea or something, that he's eaten a couple of people. I don't know if that's true or if that's just a selling point to sell more tickets to see the man-eating crocodile. But he's a big one, that's for sure. Don't want him running loose in your backyard. That would ruin a weekend barbecue for sure. Have that sucker come running through, snatching up kids left and right. Yeah, panic rob streets, stores, and the people hoarding everything. Yeah, you know, like I was saying earlier, we're tons of gas stations around here already out of gas. When in Walmart, there's no bread. Usually there's, I don't know how many thousands of loaves of bread in Walmart at any given time. There was like none in there the other day. And the water aisle was just obliterated. There was no water. And that's a weird thing here is I go to this place called Watermart. It's just right up the road, not too far, a couple of miles. Water, it's a place where they sell like water softeners and all that. And for years, like I've always had aquariums and stuff. And I would go there and get water. They do that whole reverse osmosis. They got everything, filtered water, good drinking water. It's 25 cents a gallon. So like the other night we went and got, I don't know, 25, 30 gallons of water. And, you know, doesn't cost that much. A 5-gallon jug of water costs $1.25. Or you can go to the store and buy a gallon of water and it's, you know, like $2 or something. Let's see what this text is from. This one. This one's for health insurance, not car insurance. Hi, it's Susie. Did you get my last text? We'd like to talk to you about a family or single quote nationwide health insurance. I'm on the insurance ring today. That's 3 in the last like 10 minutes. But yeah, people, you know, out buying bread, milk, water, and I'm sure the alcohol sales have gone through the roof. The liquor stores probably dismantled by now. But yeah, no gas, no bread, no water, other than you can go to the Watermart and get it way cheaper than you can buy it in the store. They're limiting you on how many gallons you can buy in the store, or you can go to Watermart right down the road here, and if you want 100 gallons you can buy 100 gallons. I don't know, weird. I've told some people about it and they're like, what you can do that? And there's an ice twice the ice machine, which is just up the road from me, where I'm going to go get ice here in a little bit. And they still have 10-pound bags of ice instead of 7. You notice how they used to be 10 pounds and now they're 7, but they still charge the same price as a 10-pound bag? Bidenomics. Is that how that works? They reduce the size of stuff but keep the price the same? I don't know. Anyway, you get full 10-pound bags there. You can get 20 pounds for $3. And they also sell water. They have a water machine there. 35 cents a gallon there. So that's where I get all my water at. Plenty of water. I usually get 25, 30 gallons at a time. And because I have a good, I don't know, 6, 8 fish tanks. Here's another text. Are you serious? Like, what is this one? Yeah. Hi, William. Your new auto quote is here. Save with rates starting at just $30 a month. Back to car insurance. Yeah, the car warranty will probably be next. Anyways. Unbelievable. I guess they know everybody's sitting at home today and not at work because there's a hurricane there. So let's bug the shit out of them and try to sell them some insurance. You notice they're not trying to sell me flood insurance. Wonder why. Anyways, I'm just rambling on at this point, but that was the 11 o'clock update on Hurricane Milton. Uncle Milty, Uncle Mortimer. Still churning, burning, heading towards the west coast of Florida. And who knows? Who knows? It may wobble some more, but it's going to hit land sooner or later. And it ain't going to be good. Even if it drops down to a category 3, even a 2, it's still going to be pretty catastrophic with that storm surge, because even if the storm itself diminishes in strength, it's still pushing that storm surge. It's just going to maybe slow it down a little bit, but it's still going to hit at full force. So you got winds, hurricane force winds to deal with, and you got a massive storm surge to deal with. I would not want to be where that thing is headed right now on its current path towards Venice, Florida. Like I say, me and my wife were there not too terribly long ago, and I got a little video of what it was like there. We were riding back, like we were walking around there thinking, man, this might be a cool place to move. I wouldn't be thinking that was a good move if I was there today. That's for sure. Or tonight. After tomorrow, Venice Beach might not be there anymore. I'm sure it'll be there. It's just going to be drastically changed, catastrophically changed. But who knows? We may have to do a shark tooth hunt over there after all is said and done. But then again, you know, one more thing is we got Hurricane Milton out there, but then where is it at? Where is this other picture at? Right after Milton. It's not showing it on here. Let me see if it's on the other screen. Right after Milton gets out of here. Here it is. Let me switch to this one real quick. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now we're back in business. Right after Milton, which there's Milton, which we just had up there, turning and burning, heading towards the Florida coast. Right after that, we got Hurricane Leslie out here, which show you where that is, maybe if it'll let me. No, it's not going to let me. Hurricane Leslie is out in the Atlantic, and it's drifting sort of kind of in a bit towards Florida. You can see there's an eye forming right there. So right after Milton, we got Leslie coming around, and it's predicted its track, which could drastically change at any given time. It's predicted to come around the Gulf side of Florida and then come across Florida. So this is what we got to look forward to a week from now. Great, huh? Florida's taking an ass beating this month. So yeah. There you go. There you have it. I'm out of here. Be back later to ramble on some more about Hurricane Milton and what's happening here in my part of Florida. And we'll talk to you then. Thanks for hanging out. And see you tonight, hopefully, for Weird Wednesday.